all set. Lori! Caitlin, fabulous. Karen, hello. Good morning, happy August. Happy August. Good morning, morning, morning. Laura, Belinda. Laura, team business. Laura, it makes you sound so serious. Move this out of here. Hello. Cats are a little bit rambunctious this morning. We'll see how things go. So a blanket, a mat, 2 blocks, and a strap will be the plan. And by the wonderful and wise requests of Sharon and Caitlin and Emily, there was how can we do some Vata balancing? And we're gonna take 4 quick minutes and explain the doshas so softly, so quickly. And you may listen exactly as you are. If you're wandering around and getting your last things set up, that's fabulous. If you would like to, fold your blanket in half twice, lengthwise, so you have a nice thick bolster. And then as you listen to me, just sit down in front of it, letting the chest be lifted about a fist's distance between your seat on the floor and the end of the bolster, and your hands wide. And this will begin to open all the connective tissue across the front of your chest. Your knees may be bent or the soles of your feet to touch, and you just listen for a moment in that posture. Because what's been happening in our circumstance is concern, fear, worry. We begin to roll down. We're trying to protect ourselves. It makes all the sense in the world. Let me just deal with what I know. And so if we can rest with the chest elevated and broad and still trust that I can handle what I know, I can trust what's happening, we can participate instead of shut away. So resting with your chest supported, just set yourself back. And the best way that I'm taught to describe the doshas is that if you were to breathe on your hand, like you were fogging a mirror, you feel 3 things. The first thing you feel is the movement of the air. And that movement of the air, that ether element, that's Vata. Vata is movement, is change. You'll then feel the heat of your breath, and that heat is pitta, and pitta is action and transformation. And you'll also feel the moisture of your breath, which is your kapha, and that moisture, that solidity, that substance, that lubrication. And so the fact that when I look to fog a mirror, that I have all 3 doshas in me. You have all 3 doshas in you. We always do. However, one of them is predominant. And if we think about the Vata element as one of movement, the clouds are moving. The clouds means that they're changing. So there's great change right now all around us. And if your internal circumstance is one that's already active and moving, this is a very visionary perspective. This is at its best an artistic perspective. It learns quickly, but its shadow side is a level of hysteria, a level of drama, a level of just totally out of control. And so the outer circumstance right now is a lot of change, is a lot of movement. And so that's tripping the Vata element in almost all of us. And the difference is that our Vata element will respond according to the other doshas in us. So we have these three doshas. We have movement, we have fire, and we have substance, earth or water. So I am Vata Pitta, and my love is Vata Kapha. So when this movement gets going and I get worked up, so my movement then inflames my fire and I get pissed off and I want to control things. I want to stop this movement. It's unsettling. I don't like it. I want to engage in it. I need to do something about it. It's very noisy. You hear that? Now my hands get a full gesture. So it's like I take that movement and I set it on fire. That's my form of Vata out of balance. And his Vata out of balance because it's Vata and Kapha. So his movement and Kapha, that substance can become inertia. That substance can become depression. That becomes things are out of whack and I'm worried. And so that worry becomes almost like this busy inertia that we can all feel, the concern, the waking up at night. It's heavy-hearted, but it's also anxious. And so our Vata element, we're going to focus on your exhalation. We're going to gather your sensation into your body. We're going to slow down. We're going to notice. A Vata does not necessarily appreciate this. Learning these sequences, I would just turn it off and I would start my own practice because I just couldn't stand moving that slowly. So we're going to find a nice balance of in and out. And I want you to focus on breathing in and down into your body. And on the exhalation, you're just feeling as though you could really begin to notice your bones. And that there's a quiet that I had forgotten that I possess and that I offer to all of us. Let's get going. You can send me questions if any of that was really confusing. All to say, we have movement within us. Open your blanket, come to lie down on your back. Add a block as you come to lie down on your back. But this is from the science of Ayurveda. This is the sister science of yoga. And the three levers that we can use to balance that which is out of balance and return to ourselves, what we eat, how we move, and how we think. So how we move will be the asana. How we think will be the breath, because the mind will follow the breath. Put a block between your thighs. Come to lie down on your back. Hands down beside you, palms down. Good morning. Good morning. On your exhalation, let your thighs fall in and hold that block. And just feel the way that your navel gathers in and down. On your inhalation, relax your legs. Feel a sensation of expanse. On your exhalation, your thighs falling in and down. Draw your navel to your spine, your feet to the floor, pausing your body. And then on your inhalation, you're just relaxing all of that, a sensation of expanse. Expanse, expanse. Exhale. So if we are Vata, sometimes we're over-controlling to compensate and we gather it into the pelvic floor. And I want you to release and release and release and release and release and make more space. And trust your movement. Exhale, gather. Last time now. On your inhale, hands overhead, relax your legs and just draw that movement up over you. Your movement element is beautiful. Exhale, hands down, holding, pausing, gathering. We just get more familiar with it. Now let it go, hands up, go. And one more. Exhale, hands down, hold the block, pause the breath out, and just gather into the center of your body. And then inhale, hands up. This time, lift your heels, draw your knees to your chest. Exhale that block in. Feet down, hands overhead, open. Release it all. Feel, gather yourself. Hold the block, lift your head and shoulders. Now feet to the floor, let it all relax and open. I want the sensation, make fists like your feet. Pull, squeeze, hold, and then open and release feet to the floor. Palms together, outside your right thigh, stay. So the back of your left hand against your right outer thigh. Right hand, inhale, open. Exhale, palm to palm, gather your attention into your navel. Inhale, hand overhead, open the right side. And exhale, palm to palm, gather into the navel. Here we go. Inhale, open.
Relaxing, exhale, gathering, feet flexed, hold the blocks, navel, and then expand. And then exhale, gather. Last time, hold. Feet down, hands overhead, expand. Palms together outside the left thigh, stay. Left hand overhead, inhale, open. Exhale, palm to palm, hold that block, gather. Inhale overhead, opening. Exhale, press. Inhale, open like a great sheet of paper. Now ball that piece of paper up, 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 tiny little ball. Feet down, hands overhead. One more step. Draw your knees to your chest, reach towards your feet, gather it in. Now, feet to the floor or extending out. Inhale, open. Exhale, knees to chest. Inhale, reach open. Exhale, reach to your feet. Make a little ball. Inhale, hands open. Exhale, fists. Close it in. Eyes closed. Inhale, open it all. One more. Exhale, pull in, pull in, pull in, pull in. Feet down, hands overhead. Open. 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 My Vata needs movement, and that movement needs to be used. It needs to be given a purpose, and then it needs to just sail silently in the stillness. And I often forget. Knees to your chest, roll up over. I forget the still part. And then I just begin to accumulate, fold your blanket in half, put your blocks at the top, and I begin to accumulate that tension, that gathering in, and I want you to disperse it softly. We're just going to gather it and disperse it. Hands on blocks, fold back, child's pose. So very similar to what we usually do, but we're just going to have a little bit of a change in our emphasis. Exhaling back. Inhale, you rise to hands and knees, looking forward, and then exhale, navel to spine, rounding down. Inhale, reach up and up. And exhale. Inhale up, we'll add our Om, A in the belly, U in the chest, M in the head. Om. Rise. Om. One more. Hands, knees down, dog, take it back. A wag of the tail, a shift of the heels. Step your right foot up between the blocks. Bring your left knee down to the floor. Walk your fingertips forward. See if you can find the right knee into your right armpit. And if you need to have the blocks in front of you, fabulous. I've already practiced, so I'm a little warm up. And you'll walk your back knee back an inch. Ha! Good morning. Big start. Widen your hands. Widen your hands. Now feel how the chest may round toward the floor. And instead, begin to use the tips of your thumbs to draw the front of your heart forward. Use your right armpit in your right knee and lengthen the front of your chest and then lengthen the back of your neck. One more. Just soften, just soften, just soften. Hands on blocks. Good. Draw your heel in, tuck your toes, and lift off. Exhale, lunge. Knee to the floor. Inhale, fingertips. Draw your heel in. Exhale, lunge. Stay fingertips. Knee to the floor. Hands float. Draw your heel in. Open your chest. And exhale, lunge. Step back, down, dog. Left foot steps up between your blocks. Right knee comes down. So I walk my hands forward. I find my left knee into my left armpit. Take your blocks with you if you need to. I walk my back knee back an inch. I notice the rounding down of my chest, and I draw my left elbow, my left armpit against my knee, and I take my heart forward and widen my hands. And the collarbones open. And the front of my spine begins to lengthen.
And my right hip starts to open. Right toes tucked under, hands on blocks. Here we go. Hands down, lift the back knee. There's your lunge. And knee to the floor. Lift your heel, lift your heart. And then lunge, lift off, heart forward. Knee down, come to fingertips, lift your heel, lift your heart. Good. And then strong lunge, lift off. Knee to the floor, float your hands, draw your heart back towards your heel. Good. Down dog, step back. So we're firing the muscles along the back body. Right foot steps up. Left knee comes down. Take your hands back, palms face forward. Inhale is there. Hands down, lunge, exhale is there. Knee down to the floor, hands open wide. Inhale, open. And then hands down, exhale, lunge. Find the breath. Knee to the floor, hands up high. Inhale, take it back. And then exhale, set it down, stepping back, downward facing dog, press it out. And the left foot steps up, and the right knee comes down, hands back. Inhale, open the chest, the hips, and lunge, lift off. Knee to the floor, open wide, inhale. And then exhale, lunge, lift off. Knee to the floor, hands overhead, inhaling up and open. And then exhaling down. Down dog. Right foot steps up. Hands go back. Inhale, open the chest. Hands down, step your left foot up and lift halfway. Fold your way down. Keep your knees soft for now. Hands all the way wide. Turn your thumbs up, hard up, stand up. And palms together down the middle. Releasing, sweep up. Hard up, heels down. Bend the knees, tail back, and fold to the floor. Lift halfway. Left foot steps back, left knee down, hands low. Just inhale, lift the chest. And then exhale, lunge. Step back, down dog. Left foot will step up, right knee down, hands low, chest open, a breath in, be kind, be wise. Hands down, just starting. Step up. Lift halfway, knees soft. Knees soft, fold. Hands wide, sit down, thumbs up, hard up, stand up. Palms right down the middle, weight in your heels. Inhale up. Bend the knees, take the tail back, fold. Lift halfway. Right foot steps back, right knee down, hands stay low. Inhale, chest open. And hands down. Step back, down dog. Right foot steps up, left knee down. Hands open. And down. Stepping up. Knees soft, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Hands wide, sit down, thumbs up, hard up, stand up. Palms together, we do one more set, this time letting the hands up overhead. Inhale up. Oh, knees bend. And fold down. Head down, hips up. And the left foot steps back and the left knee comes down. Two hands gently now rising up. Feel it change. And hands down. In dog. Left up. Right knee down. Both hands. So how it changes when we have movement, when we let our movement through, hands down. Stepping up, halfway lift. And fold. Hands wide, seat down, thumbs up, hard up, stand up. Palms together, last return, set it down. And inhale, rising tall. And seat back, hands wide, sit down, fold down. Halfway lift. Right foot steps back, right knee down, two hands rise. Take your time, take your time. And set down. And step back, down dog. Left foot steps back. Right foot steps up, left knee down. Up and up. And set it down. Stepping up. Halfway lift. And fold. Good. Hands wide, sit down, thumbs up, hard up, stand up. Palms together. And take your hands up high. Let your feet be hip distance. Your palms face each other. Sit your seat back. And if I blow my chest out like this, I'm losing what I want to do. So I want you to bring your navel into your spine. Your navel into your spine. And to do that, press the pinky edge of your hands a little bit forward. A little bit forward. Sit it down, sit it down, sit it down. Inhale here. And then exhale, just reach your fingertips to the floor. Knees back. And we'll come back up. Inhale to that chair, sitting down. And then exhale, stay. Inhale up. It's that simple. Exhale, sit down into the chair, navel to spine. Inhale here. And exhale, fold down. Let it out, hips up. And then sit down. Use the weight of your seat to lift your hands. Exhale, stay. Navel to spine. Inhale, rise. I want you to begin to settle into your hips and your heels. Exhale, gather into your navel, your hips, your heels. Stay. Stay right in your hips and your heels. And drop down. Let it out. Be heavy, hips, heels, sit. Exhale, stay. Deeper. And then uncoil. 2 more. Sit down. Stay, breathing in. Fold, breathing out. Sit down, inhale up. Exhale, stay, sit down. Inhale, rise. 1 more, I hear you, Lori Jacobson, sit down. Stay a breath in. Fold a breath out, let it go. Sit down, inhale, chair. Exhale, stay. Inhale, rise. That you are landed from your navel through your hips, through your heels, and be so still for 3, for 2, for 1. We're gathering into the space between the navel and the pubic bone, right across. Everything settles, hands up. Good. Bend the knees, fold it down, hips up. Set your blocks forward, step back downward, facing dog. Hands down, heart high, left heel to the center line, right heel high, bring it up. Press your hands down and away. Press down into the floor and gather back under the navel that you experienced in that chair. Feel the center of your body, the hinge of your hips. Draw your right knee to your right elbow as you come up. Inhale, take it back. And 2, knee to elbow into the navel. As you move, I want you to feel your exhalation right to your belly. Inhale up. And you'll step your right foot up just outside your right hand. Pause. So my right foot is outside my right hand. If you need your blocks, set your blocks up. We'll put your left knee on the floor and take your right hand high. Turn your palm to the front, turn your gaze to the back. That may be where you stay, or lift the back knee off. And with the back knee off, press the left hand down, revolve. Right hand overhead, bring your navel to your spine. Bring your front knee forward, your back heel back, and bring your navel to your spine. Scissor your thighs. And the right hand high and down. Step back, down dog. Right foot toward the center line. Left heel comes up high. And the same thing. Press down into the floor, down into your foot. Open the navel, and you'll draw your left knee to your left elbow, high plank. Inhale up. And exhale. Inhale up. Exhale, navel to spine, knee to elbow, and inhale up. And step your left foot outside of your left hand. And stay right knee down. We'll add a block. Put a block under your right hand if that's better. Left hand onto your left thigh. Revolve. Turn. Left hand high. Your palm turns forward. Your gaze turns back. Stay and work right there, turning the navel towards your left inner thigh.
or lift off. And gather yourself into the quiet. Let your breath be long and smooth. Let your left hand go overhead. Back heel back, opening the left side of your hip, left side shoulder. And now setting it down. Find your downward facing dog. So the outer body starting to open. Hands and knees, put a block underneath your left hand. Kick your left toes out to the side. Somebody said this was Marthanasana because I did it every class. Right foot flat, right hand overhead. I absolutely believe in this posture. Make a fist with your right hand, bring your right elbow to your right knee, and then foot to the floor, extend up, extend out, and elbow to knee. Inhale, open, gather, use your navel, come in. And now inhale, and we stay. And on your exhale, just feel your body, feel the whole outer surface gather towards the center. Feel the knee on the floor, feel the foot on the floor, feel the left hand on the floor. And in that moment of pause, even as you're opening the right side body, feel a sensation of landing, of safety, of stillness. And the right hand comes down. Shift the block to underneath your right hand. Put your right toes out to the right side. Put your left foot flat. Take your left hand high. Make a fist with your left hand. Bring your left elbow to your left knee. There's your exhale and extend up, out. And exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, out. Exhale, elbow to knee. Rinsing that little sense of being a ball and then an expanse. Now stay. And on your exhalation, feel your attention gather. Feel your right knee underneath you. Feel your right hand underneath you. Feel your left foot on the floor. That you are supported. That you are safely contained. And that safety allows you to open within a boundary, within a container. That your movement is not lost, but directed. And set it down. 2 hands on blocks. Child's pose, fold yourself back all the way up. Vata requires movement. You can feel very trapped. A Vata in a bad relationship can feel claustrophobic, can feel caught. So that requirement needs to be fed wisely. And it requires boundaries. Rise up, tuck toes, down dog, take it back. So we will move and then we will catch ourselves in these shapes. Walk your hands back to your feet. Soften your knees. Big bend in your knees, fingertips. Take your left hand to your right shin. Take your right fingertips wide and send your left thigh back as you bring your belly towards your right thigh. Lengthen the back of your neck. Drop your left elbow. And your breath sliding in and out from the point of your left elbow to your left hip to your left heel. Feel the substance, the boundary, and the support of your left foot. And let that open into the movement of the left lung. I am supported. I have a boundary. And I have freedom. Into the center, knees bend, fingertips to the floor. Right hand to your left shin. If your back tightens up, wag your tail, turn your head. And left fingertips to the left. Both knees bent to begin. So that as you turn to the left, you send your right thigh back. And you lengthen the back of your neck and your right elbow descends and your right hip rises. Feel the boundary. Your right heel on the floor pressing down creates an elevation in the hip. And now there's space in the right side lung. Go 3. Navel to spine makes length in your spine. 2. A little more space in the sides of the right ribs and into the center, walking your hands forward. Find your downward facing dog. Pedal it out. So we have a little more space down the sides of the body. Right heel high, bring it up. Bend your right knee. Soften it and straighten it. Press. Bend your right knee, bend your left knee, bend your elbows. Wrap your elbows in. Press everything straight. Look back. Bend. Be free. Be mobile. And then press and be a container. And your right foot steps up between your hands. Good. I will turn so you can see this. Now we bring the block inside the right foot. Put your left foot flat behind you, and your right hand comes down inside your right foot. That might mean that you come higher up on the block, however you need to go, right? You can come high as you need to. Option 1, heel of your hand is towards your back heel, or turn your fingers so that the wrist is pointing in the same direction as your right toes. And the collarbones broaden, and the left hand to the left hip, bend your right knee. Left hand comes up, left palm points forward, and slowly take it overhead. I'm opening the pelvis, opening the collarbones. On your exhalation, navel to spine. And pause the exhalation and land in your feet. And then inhale, expand. Exhale, right down, rest in your feet, rest in your bones. And then inhale, expand. And the left hand comes down. Good. Free your hand. I know that was mighty. Step back, downward facing dog. Right foot to the center line, left heel comes high, bend your left knee and straighten it out. Bend your left knee, bend your right knee, bend your elbows in, press it all straight. So feel the freedom of coming apart, and then feel the container that you are as you extend. Stay. Step your left foot up. And so you've built left foot forward, just like our lunge. Your back heel comes to the floor. The block comes to your left inner foot. You can stack up 2 blocks if you need to. You can stand it up, left hand down inside the foot, right hand to your hip. Great. And when I start out and I'm all crunched down like this, that means I need a higher block so that I can begin to roll my chest open. Stand in my back heel. Right hand high. Palm to face front. This may be you. Or if you choose, turn your thumb to point forward, your fingers left, and then do that again. Thumb points left, fingers point back. Open the left collarbone. Hips to the center line, and slowly and steadily, the left kneecap comes forward and the right hand comes overhead. And you take your time. The left kneecap comes forward. The right heel on the floor. Now I want you to be in the soles of your feet. Vata jumps to the future, the what if, the what about, the possibility. I just want you to feel what's going on. Steady breath, steady breath, steady breath, steady breath, and set it down. Good. Set everything forward, step back, down dog. Deep openings. Big bend in the knees, lift your heels and look forward, and then press your legs straight to come to plank. Big bend in the knees, pull yourself back, and then press out. Inhale, pull back. Exhale, press out. One more. Bend. And press. Step your feet up and sit your seat down. You sit right in the middle of your blanket and spit your feet out wide. You just swing your feet out along the right side of your mat and then sweep side to side. So first we have to open the torso.
Then we open the major joints of the shoulders and the hips, and then we open the limbs. And we begin to bring it down into the navel by turning. Take your left hand towards your right shin. Take your right hand towards your left shin. And begin to fold. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. It may be small and it may feel tight and closed. On your exhalation, bring your navel to your spine and bring your attention into the center of your body. For 5. For 4. For 3. For 2. For 1. You'll bring your left hand to your right shin and you'll pause. 3. Inhale, making your breath, drawing your breath down into the belly, and then exhaling navel to spine. Inhale down into the belly. Exhale navel to spine, fold. Inhale down into the belly. Exhale navel to fold. Good. Changing sides. Right hand to the left shin. On your exhale, navel to spine. Let your right elbow be heavy like our standing twist. Inhale, I'm drawing breath through the nostrils and my attention is bringing the breath down into the pelvis, into the abdomen. And on the exhalation, navel to spine, my attention resides in my abdomen into the back of the left hip. Breath in and down and exhaling steady. In and down, exhaling steady. Giving our movement direction and purpose. Rise up. Take your left hand outside your right ankle or your outer shin. Again, just an inch further, or perhaps holding the outside of your ankle joint. And again, 3. Inhale, slight lift. Exhale, fold navel to spine. Inhale, breath to the navel. Exhale, fold. Go where you can. 1 more. Navel, navel, navel to spine. Pause, empty. And rise. Just pause in the center. Start to feel an accumulation, a freedom of energy that actually is accessing the space around your head. That this becomes bright and quiet and open. The container creates freedom. Left hand outside of your shin or your ankle. On your inhale, little lift. On it, exhale, little fold. You're going to go. Exhale, navel to spine. As though you were rinsing. Inhaling up, lengthen out. Exhale, navel to spine. 1 more, we go. On your exhale, feel the weight of your body resting on the back of your left hip. Revolving, revolving. Stay empty, stay empty. And upright. Pause tall, shake out the feet, shake out the knees. And now let's feel what we made. Bring it into a downward facing dog and we'll do a simple vinyasa. Move it through. Come back into our standing body. But wag the tail. Feel where you are. What's changed? Why would we do that? Right foot steps up. Left foot follows. Lift halfway. Fold down. Try to widen your seat. Hands forward. Sit down. Thumbs up, heart up. Stand up tall. Palms together. Feel the height, the freedom, the clarity, and the quiet. Inhale, rise. And back down. Sit. Fingers forward, hips up high. Step your feet back, high plank. To the floor for cobra all the way. Hips down, heart up, chest broad. Exhale, halfway down. Inhale, all the way up. Exhale, all the way down, forehead to the floor. Inhale, all the way up. Exhale, halfway down, navel to spine. Inhale up. Exhale, all the way down. Inhale up. Exhale, navel to spine. Feel it gather in your body. Inhale up. And knees bend. Tuck toes, downward facing dog. Little space in the chest. You may rest in dog. You may rest in child, or one more vinyasa if you choose, knees bending. Step or jump to the top of the mat, lift halfway. Exhale, fold, hands forward, sit down, rise tall, stand up. Palms together, chest broad. Sweep wide, inhale, bring it up, standing up. Sit down, navel to spine, hands forward. Inhale, hips up high. Exhale, fold. Step or jump to your high plank, to your chaturanga, or to your cobra, to upward facing, broad chest, knees to the floor, hips high, we meet in dog. Press. Your left foot steps up, set a block between inside your left foot, both blocks, and set one block on its edge. So it's a little bit taller, warrior two, go wide. You know the sequence, we'll just change it a little, hands up. Exhale, right to the feet, right to the feet. Inhale up. Exhale, steady, settled. Good, one more. Open, open. And then go wide. Good. Elbow to thigh, right hand comes overhead. And once we flow, this navel holds our pose. And we exhale to reverse. Inhale, take it up. And now exhale, elbow to thigh. That's one. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, navel to spine. And inhale, reverse. Exhale, navel to spine. Good. One more. And elbow to thigh. And stay. And breathe in as if you move. And breathe out and stabilize it, just like you did elbow to thigh. Inhale as if you move. Exhale, navel to spine. Inhale. Exhale, stable. Upright. Good. Turn both hips to face the front and step your back foot in a step. And that means two heels on two separate lines. So the right foot a little wider to the right and the left foot straight ahead. Right hand comes high. Take your left hand out to the left, turn your thumb down, and take the back of your hand to your mid-back. Now that action of navel to spine, find that as you tuck your chin and begin to lengthen out, folding forward. You can slide your blocks. Take one of the blocks forward. And where you find the floor, put a block under your right hand and square your hips and square your feet. So navel to spine. This is why we had that wide-legged folded twist. Spine is square. We'll do it 3 times. Turn your thumb up, arm beside your ear. Inhale to rise. Square the hips. Exhale, fold, navel to spine. Stable. So a very common complaint is that a Vata has a sore low back. Inhale up. The instability, the lack of anchor in the low body creates that real tenderness in the low back. And so we move in a way that begins to heal this. Inhale up, one more. And you exhale as you come down and you pause. Right arm long, left hand behind your back. Use your right hand down and away to draw your right heel to the floor to turn your navel to stay. You may work right here or take that right hand plus its block and stack it on top of the other block and then rotate your upper body, turning your navel to your spine. Left hand comes high and turns to the front, scissor your thigh. We'll exhale for 4, 3, 2. Breathe in for 3, 2, 1. Exhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. In 3, 2, 1. Out 4, 3, 2, 1. The left hand comes down. Blocks go forward, hips go back, down dog. And pause.
Knees together, feet together, knees to the blanket, and fold it back. Bringing your ribs to your thighs, bringing your head to the floor. Spine is long, breath is long, arms are long. And find that same breathing in for 3 and out for 4. And maybe you can go to 5. Take the back of your right hand to the low back. Take the back of your left hand to your low back. Lift your gaze, lift your heart, lift your hips, lift your hands. Widen your knees hip distance. Go back down the way you came in. Palms turn away, bend your elbows, hands to the low back, tuck your chin, fold. Good. Rise up. Out for 4, 3, 2, 1. In up, 3, 2, 1. Out, 4, 3, 2, 1. In up, 3, 2, 1. Out, 4, 3, 2, 1. In up, 3, 2. We're going out for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. In up, 2, 3. Out, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. One more. In up, out, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. Down dog. Press back. See if you can find that 6 count or 4 count, 5 count, or 6 count exhalation in your dog. And the inhalation, you're drawing your attention in the body down to the abdomen. And then you're exhaling from the abdomen into the body. So the breath is coming in and down, and then exhaling out as though gathering in like a sponge, emptying. You're just starting in on it. Good. This time, the right foot steps up. The back heel comes to the floor, 2 blocks inside, warrior 2, stand it up tall, and begin to move. Inhale, coming up. Out, 4, 3, 2. Inhale up, 3, 2, 1. Out, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 3, 2, 1. Out, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Up, 3, 2, 1. Out, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Elbow to thigh, inhale over. And we start to move. Inhale back. Exhale, sweep. 2, 3, 4. Inhale back. 2, 3. Exhale. You are moving from the center of your body. You're feeling the stability of your pelvis and your feet. And from that stability, the upper body moves without drama, without hurry, without hysteria, which is my flavor of choice. And one more. So that when you land elbow to thigh, you stay and you breathe in as if you moved back. You breathe out and you find your feet. Find your boundaries. Find your elbow on your thigh. Find your safety. Find your home. Find yourself. Your exhalation, navel to spine, you settle. Even when it's challenging, you settle and bring it up. Stay. So for me, my experience right now is very steady. I have a great sensation through the center body, and that's what we will really access in this revolved triangle. So the back foot steps up, your feet are about 4 feet apart, pivot so that your hips are square. You're facing the front of the mat. You'll take your left hand behind your back, your right hand. No, I knew we were backwards. Left hand high, we sorted it. Right hand behind your back. Square the hips, lift the heart. Now hinge at the hips by tucking your chin. Navel in. You are not leading, Laura's You put your navel in. Put your chin in, Laura. Chin in. Long. Fold from your back heel until your left hand comes down. Take your block forward and find that block, that stability. It's a third foot. Press your left hand down and away to square your left hip forward. So your alignment really matters here. Feet to the floor, legs long, left lung long. You've built everything you need. And let's build some strength. Soft bend in the front knee, arm beside your ear, inhale, rise. Square. Navel to spine, chin to chest, fold. Left hip forward, right hip back. Inhale, rise. Steady, unhurried. Tuck chin. As you stand up, as you press into your feet, you will grow longer through the left side, left hip, left lung. Stand it up. Last time, square it off. And fold, 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 fold. Stay. You may work here. Or take that block, stack it up on the inside foot, pressing down, revolve the chest. Right hand high. I have you up on 2 blocks for a purpose, so if you're all snappy and you want to go full revolve with hand to the floor, you may. But what I'm looking for is enough height that the navel really can turn. And sometimes if we're mashed to the floor, we lose what's possible. So back heel down, lifting the back thigh, scissor the thighs to the center, rinse your navel to the center, turn your top palm to the front. Can you find your breathing? And can you replace a sense of drama with a sense of stability? Exhaling navel to spine, the revolution grows clear. Less arduous, legs clean and long. And the right hand comes down. Pivot your feet and set your blocks to the right side. Hands on blocks, widen your feet. Put a big bend side to side. Put a big bend side to side. So hopefully it starts to make sense that for a Vata, just keep moving side to side. Move from the soles of your feet. Our worry is when we jump into the future. And so by focusing our attention on our exhalation, and by focusing our attention on the sensation of our present body, find center, toes a little narrow, heels a little wide. Good. Set your blocks in front of your toes. Put a bend in your knees, your hands at your hips, stand tall. As we anchor our senses, our attention into the soles of the feet, into the navel, into the sensation of the pelvis, we can gather and really find a different perspective of what's happening. Hands wide. So the right knee bends and the left hand comes down to that block and we revolve and we turn. So from the left foot, press down and rise back up. Inhale, we'll do that 5 times, same side. Left hand, right side block, turn. And then back up. Now, if you choose, the fingers point away. Or if you choose, the fingers point back towards your toes.
And it opens the left side, collarbone, left side throat. Inhale, open. Exhale, same side, go. You are anchoring yourself, your attention, your action into yourself. Stay now, stay. Press the left heel down. Right knee is bent. And revolve and revolve and revolve. And the whole left side spine opens. And there is no hurry. And for a Vata that can actually experience no hurry, there's an opening into a great possibility of support. Standing tall. Hands on hips, pause, you can shake it out. And this is the part where I'm like, come on, come on, come on, we're not challenging me. That's the pitta in me that wants to get going, that wants to make progress. And yet when I finish, I feel the left side of my abdomen and my right heel. We go wide. I'm tending my spirit. My body will be fine. Bend the left knee, right hand down. Find this revolution. Pausing. And then inhale, coming up from the back of my right heel. Left knee stays bent. We're going to take right hand to that left side block. Find the revolution. Plug into the center of your back heel, your right heel. And then inhale up. And we'll start a little more quickly. Turn your right fingertips back towards your left heel. If you choose, the revolve gets bigger. Inhale, open. We'll do 2 more. You are rinsing out of your body a quality of nervous distress. Inhale. Exhale, revolve, rinse, stay. And notice when you come up, you're bringing into yourself clarity, possibility, and quiet. Good. Hands down the backs of your legs. Fold.
Fold. Feet down, hips high, chest broad, elbows wide. Fingertips beneath your your shoulders. Heel toe your feet in. Now your feet are wide enough that your right hand finds your left shin and your left hand finds your right shin. If you have space, you can widen your feet an inch or 2 and then hips a little side to side, starting to take all of this into the upper back, upper chest. You're long from heel to toe. Release your right hand. Reach to the right and then across the front, across the front, across the front. Catch the left shin and square the chest, elbows together. Release your left hand out to the left. Sweep it across the front, across the front, across the front. Catch your right shin, square the chest, elbows together. Right hand release, sweep across. Exhale, elbows together, fold. Ha. Left hand, inhale, open. Exhale, elbows together, fold. Right hand. And exhale, rinse. In. Eyes closed. Axe. In. Right hand sweep. Exhale. Elbows. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. In 6. Exhale. In 5. Exhale. Ha. In 4. Exhale. In 5. 3. In 2. Last we go. And fingertips down. Big drop of your seat. Big squat. Turn your toes out, your heels in. Rock it side to side. Sit down, elbows into your inner knee, hands in prayer. If you have the space, fingertips point forward, space between the palms. Good. Just for 3. Just for 2. And setting everything forward, come to lie down on your belly. If you choose,
Keep a blanket underneath your hips. And just rest in Sphinx. So the belly comes down, wag of the tail, thighs walk back, feet walk back, elbows down, under your shoulders. Lift your navel and drop your hips so the tops of your thighs are on the floor. You can loosen your heels and then walk a thigh a little closer. Outer toes down, big toes down. Outer hips forward, inner thighs down. Legs long. Open the backs of your knees by pressing the tops of your feet down. So all of that is to keep the low back from tensing up. Pausing. Imagine you're trying to pull your elbows apart and tuck your chin and broaden the collarbones. And the fingertips into the floor, draw slightly into the fingertips to pull your heart a little ahead of your hips. And keeping all that length, draw your hands back, your chest down, fingers point forward, elbows draw in, float your feet. Good. All that space. You made a great posture, navel to spine. Open your feet wide, legs straight. Exhale, zip them together. Inhale, open. Exhale, close, elbows in. Inhale, open, chest is long. Exhale, in. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, firmer. Inhale. So we want to begin to find a place where there's a little bit of a tremble. The elbows are drawn back towards your heels and the elbows are drawn towards each other over the back. The inner thighs zip up. We go 3. We're dispersing nervous energy. We go 2. And we go 1, stay 3, stay 2, and set it down. Cross your forearms, rest your head, release your hips side to side. And you come to turn over on your back. And in some schools of thought, to balance Vata, you don't do any supine back bends. And so if you choose, if you want to keep all of this energy very, very quiet, I would have you rest, hands on thighs, press away, and just keep lengthening through the low back. But not everybody's Vata, right? And if a kapha shows up, they need the front body opening. And if we've been feeling inert or heavy or we're returning after a big trip, we need to open back up to ourselves, bring your elbows down beside your body. Press your elbows down, put your heels right under your knees. And as you press your elbows down, let your hips float high. Press your feet into the floor. Tuck a shoulder, tuck another. Press into your heels. Relax your low back. The chest broadens and you roll down through the spine. Press your heels down to lift your hips. Press your elbows down to lift your heart. Spread your fingers, spread your toes. Inner thighs roll down. Press into your feet and draw your heels towards your shoulders. Relax your low back, press your heels towards your shoulders, press your elbows down, your hips up high. Go 3, go 2, go 1, roll down. Pause. Draw your right knee to your chest. Pause. Just change sides. Left knee to your chest. And I will go one more time. So if you choose, you're resting, hands on thighs, pressing away, or elbows down, heels under your knees. Press your heels down to lift your hips. Press your elbows down to lift your heart, to tuck a shoulder, to tuck another. Drawing your heels towards each other and your heels towards your heart. Just simply stand in your feet without drama. If you're pitta, you have a tendency towards fire, you have a tendency towards overheating, you have a tendency towards action and analysis. I want you to go 70% of what you can do and simply stand in your feet. You could go higher and you aren't.
Instead, you're deepening your breath, you're widening your body, and we're going to roll all the way down. And we all pause, hands on thighs. Finding your exhalation. And if you are Vata, you are really working to find stillness. And in that stillness, you're finding trust. And in that trust, there is an incredible amount of support. In my Vata mind, I jump forward. I'm planning. I'm planning my business. I'm planning my children's curriculum. I'm planning our meals. I'm planning my errands. And when I rest, I have to trust that all of that is going to happen. But I don't have to do it right now. So all of that energy that I was sending into the future is available to me right now. Put the soles of your feet together. Press the heels, press the outer feet, press the balls of the feet, all the way down to the base of the big toe. Good. Hands go wide, palms to the floor. And you'll press your feet together no matter what happens. Don't let the soles of your feet come apart. Lift your knees a third of the way and press. And feel how the navel goes to the floor as if we were starting with the block between the thighs. Inhale your knees a third of the way up. Exhale, press your feet. Inhale a third more. Can you bring your knees together, keep your feet flat, and now just stay. Press your feet together and pull your knees towards each other. And so you can find a little bit of a tremble. And that tremble is dispersing, is releasing nervous energy that we have a charge in the system. 1, keep it. 2, just keep that little tremble, little tremble, little tremble. Wide and down. We do 2 more sets like that. Inhale, knees up a third. Exhale, press your feet, navel down. Inhale, knees up a third. Exhale, press, close your eyes. Gather. Inhale, up a third. Exhale, press your feet and stay. Steady breath. And that little tremble, look for it. Be gone, be gone. And the knees go open and the breath comes in. One more, and you'll really feel the benefit of this in a moment. Inhale, third up, exhale, press your feet. Inhale, a third up, exhale, press your feet. Inhale, a third up, exhale, press, 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 press. And then letting it down. Float your feet off the floor, hands to your inner thighs, right behind your knees, and just gently move. One and then the other. One and then the other. Letting your knees widen out to the sides. So the home of Vata energy is the pelvis, and the home of that energetically is the pelvic floor. And when we get overwhelmed, we clench the pelvic floor, and it becomes so static, becomes like a closed fist that we can't remember how it is to expand, how to access our movement with beauty and with freedom and with trust, right? And so we're going to sit, swing your feet very, very wide. I'll turn so you can see. And then your hand, lift your head and shoulders and reach to the outside, the back edge of your thighs, and press your thighs into your hands and press your attention into your heels. That will be your exhale. And on your inhale, you bend your knees and you widen the inner thighs, and exhale, press straight. Press your thighs into your hands, your heels away. Inhale, bend. That's 4. Exhale, press, tail away, navel to the floor, press. And then inhale, soften and widen. And exhale, press. And inhale. And exhale, press, 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 press. Stay now. In for 3. Out for 4. Your attention in the center of the body, the shoulders soft. Rearrange the inside of this effort. The breath in and down into the body, into the abdomen. The exhale, wringing out the heels. especially as the challenge builds, especially as the trembling builds. And then bring your knees to bend and hands wide. Keeping your knees bent. Let your right knee come towards your left drops to the floor, your right towards it. May not touch, that's okay. And draw your right knee up and open and all the way to the floor. Right knee to the floor, left leg will follow as needed, and the left knee falls towards the right as it can. And the left knee opens and leads the hips, left knee to the floor. Right knee follows. Become supple, become fluid. And maybe your knees don't reach the floor, or maybe one does and the top one doesn't make it. And that's totally great. And you're simply allowing your spine to release side to side. And as you do, you'll start to feel it a little higher up towards the mid-back, towards the ribs, towards the upper back, towards the shoulders, towards the hands. One more we go. Bow, putting your right knee down to the floor and your left knee towards it. Right hand on your left thigh. If you need to, a block between your thighs, turn your left palm open and stay. On your exhalation, you're holding the space between your inner thighs, navel to spine. Just the way we began. Have a great ride. And then through the center. Left knee drops, right knee drops. If you need a block between them, set it up. Left hand to right knee. Settling. And then beginning to gather the inner knees towards each other on your exhale, navel to spine, turning your navel toward the right waist. Inhale the breath down into the belly, and then exhaling a little rinse. There's no aggression. No aggression. The feet are relaxed, the legs are heavy. Feel the quiet that you're making. Staying in the sensations of your body. And into center. And gently making your way to a cross-legged seat. Take your time, even down. I will bring us into a meditation and then into Shavasana. If you would prefer, Shavasana for the next 15 minutes. Fantastic. So, a layer, a wrap. If you like, especially something around the hips or the seat so that the whole low body is steady and supported. And just sitting tall. See if there's the possibility of a stillness that isn't forced at all, that is yours, that you've built, that you can now inhabit with a real freedom of mind.
Let your breath be free, loosening the neck, the jaw. Let your left thumb and first fingertips touch. Now, I will lead us through a specific count of alternate nostril breath. If you prefer, just follow the breath, the count, without using the hands. Or, right first fingers come up and they fold in. We've done this before, Nadi Shodhana. Right, so the tip of your right thumb closes your right nostril. And you breathe easily, no effort, in and out through the left side nose only. Doesn't get any bigger, doesn't get any smaller, doesn't get any faster. Allow your body to relax around any sensation. In and out left side body, in and out left side nostril. And then take the fourth finger of your right hand, close the left side, open the right, and go through the same adjustment. No more breath, no less breath, no force, no hurry. You're just directing the breath through the right side. We'll do 2 rounds, just simply, just like this. 4 counts in, 4 counts out. In the nose, out the mouth, in the right side nostril. Close the right, out the left. 2, 3, 4. In left, 2, 3, 4. Out right, 2, 3, 4. In right, 2, 3, 4. Out left, 2, 3, 4. In left, 2, 3, 4. Out right, 2, 3, 4. Eyes closed, right hand down, normal breathing. And in this normal breathing, again, imagine the breath coming in and down into the belly. And on the exhale, it goes down into the ground. Another way to access that energy is to imagine that you have gills, that you are breathing in through the side waist or through the hips. You're simply gathering that low body energy with breath, and then you're breathing out and down into the ground. Allow your mind to rest in the sensation of the contact between your seat and the floor. Let your mind be aware of the sensation of how on your inhale your skin meets your clothes. And on the exhale, how you become heavier, more concentrated. That in that stillness, in that concentration, there is more ability, more presence. Drop all your attention, breathing in through the gills at your hips, filling the pelvis, the low back, and then dropping your attention, all your awareness, all your concerns, everywhere you've been, everywhere you'll go, drop that down into the ground. That you will still go everywhere you plan. But for now, I am here. It may be unsettling, may be easy. Just keep dropping it into the ground. Now you may stay continuing exactly that way, or I'm going to again do alternate nostril breath. We'll do 3 rounds, but we'll do a specific count. I'll breathe in for 4, I'll breathe out for 6, and I'll pause for 6. And then I'll breathe in for 4. And I'll breathe out for 6. And I'll pause for 6. This needs to be done in a way that's quite calm, very calm, no hurry. And if it doesn't work out, just go to the 4-4 count. But I'm going to offer it for those who want to try it out. I do it every night before bed. So the right hand, first 2 fingers fold together and fold down. Take your 4th fingertip, close the left side, breathe in, breathe out your mouth, let it start. Breathe in right, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out left, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pause. Breathe in left. Breathe out right, 2, 3, 4, 5. And pause. And be so still, so sweetly still. And breathe in. Out left, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pause. In left, 2, 3, 4. Out right, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pause. Without holding, without tension. Now breathe in right. Out left. Pause. In left. Out right. Pause. In both. Out both. Normal breathing. Breathing in and down. And breathing out into the ground. The stability of the low body. Let that invite great ease. Chest and the shoulders are completely relaxed. Letting all the connective tissue softly change. The body is not rigid, it is adjusting to this new state of mind. You may stay or unfold, laying the blanket over the navel, the hips, the tops of the thighs. If you need to, Lara Zam, that was a lot in your low back. If you need to, you can put the blocks at an angle like a V. And then the blanket keeps warm this center space.
Start by moving your feet, and then your knees up and down, and your feet side to side, and your knees up and down, and your feet side to side. And feel how that movement, feet side to side, knees up and down, can start to really find the bowl of the pelvis, knees up, down, feet side, side, feet in, knees side, side. You did big work, whether you know it or not. So be gentle and kind and come into this fairly steadily. Set your blanket and let your knees come. We're going to draw the knees into the chest and then press the shins in to straighten the arms. The elbows bend, the shins come in, and then press your shins to straighten your arms. Now draw your right knee in. And look to the right. Press your left shin away. And then press your right knee away. There's center. And draw your left knee in and press your right shin away, turn left. And center. Right knee in, look right. Center. Left knee in, press right away. One more each side. Press both away and then bend your right. Press left away, right in. Center, look left. Press right away, left knee. And bring both in. And up to a seat. The best way for Vata is a reminder. So whatever you found that felt safe, that felt stabilizing, that was centering, I feel safe, I feel contained, I feel focused, I feel directed, I feel trust, I feel guidance, I am in my body. I am in this moment. Each exhalation, you can access that. And just find whatever sentence, whatever phrase, whatever repetition is necessary and call on that and notice how different your day is. Notice how your attention can become so strong and useful. We're going to go out with our 3 ohms. Inhale, hands up high. Bringing your palms together. No sound the first time, but A would be in the belly, U in the chest, M in the head. We move through ourselves. Inhale, up, open. Om Shanti Shanti, peace, peace, perfect peace. Hands to the forehead center. Namaste. For those of you that joined later, that this was particularly a practice to balance Vata, especially Vata Pitta. Vata is the element of movement, and we could consider it the element of change. So people who are visionary or a music composer or a set creator or someone who does the lighting or someone who's a writer, a painter, someone who brings the artistic temperament to parenting, to accounting, what they're doing is they're able to create change in the structure and in the system that they participate in. And so this Vata energy is absolutely essential for blessing human innovation. So essential. However, everything in our environment right now is exacerbating Vata qualities. Everything is changing.
And so if you are Vata, what you need to do, focus on your exhalation, settle into the sensation of your body, the wonder of who you are, and trust that you will create exactly the right change for this moment in your life, in these circumstances. But Vata gets really excited, it gets into drama, it adds emotion, mind becomes hysteria. So the other night I was up and I had to get up. It was 11 o'clock and I had to take a bath. I needed to get into my senses. I needed to feel the water. I needed to see the candle. I had oils going. Get into your senses and be creative about your response to your dispersed energy, and give yourself a container. And that can be a room, that can be a breath, that can be a color. You know what you need, but you need to let yourself explore, not the circumstance. Don't be pulled out into the media. This is, again, very upsetting. Vata quality being out is just mayhem, but really establishing you and creating a creative process. You'll see yesterday on my Instagram, I mapped out the next 7 weeks, and you'll see paintings and words and images and teachings, and I combed through that for 25 minutes, and that process, expressing myself, making change into my future, that expression, that practice will carry all of us. Any of us that participates or touches my teaching will be held by that process. Stay creative, stay expressive, and know where your boundaries and your containers need to be established. This is the work of a Vata. If you have questions, let me know. You can type them in. You can send me an email. Shannon, Emily, Caitlin, let me know if it didn't scratch your itch or if it did, and we will go on. There's so much more to know, so much more to do. In the fall, we'll do a balance for kapha, because in the fall, kapha goes and settles down. So right now, kapha is probably the best person. Find your kapha friends. Find your kapha friends. And your kapha friends are absolutely like a midwife. The people that are unflappable no matter how much noise you're making. People you can trust in the midst of a storm. Find them, call on them, and think of them. What would they do in this moment? All right. Sadnam. Namaste.